Hi there, I'm Terry. Welcome to a chilly 5-minute velo. The temperature's about 0 degrees centigrade, but at least there's a bit of watery winter sunshine that helps make it feel a little less cold. A few weeks ago, one of my cycling buddies asked me what was my favourite Audax. I quickly replied, the Elenith. Oh, and by the way, next time ask me a difficult question. This video is about my experience of riding the Elenith.
I first rode the Elenith in the year 2000 and last rode it in 2010. Over that period I rode it 7 times. I was due to ride it in 2011 but had to pull out due to injury, and unfortunately that was the last year it was run. This is a 300-kilometre Audax starting at a place called Kidderminster, and it effectively crosses Wales with a big chunk of mountains in the middle. Here you can see a copy of my 2005 brevet card, which helpfully comes with a profile of the 4,700 metres of climbing. I'll relive my 2010 ride. From Kidderminster the ride would usually go off at a furious pace. I would normally dig very deep, trying to stay with the main group as it crossed the first climb at closed top. From there it's a high-speed group ride on downhill and flattish roads to the first control at Shobberton Airfield at approximately 50 kilometres. Shortly after Shobberton the climbing starts. But it's not until we get to the Welsh mountain roads that the inclines really start to kick up. It was on this Welsh mountain road that the next control was located, with lots of homemade goodies and lots of calories. We'd be needing those. For next we were going to tackle the infamous Devil's Staircase with its 25% inclines. I remember my first OMG moment as I looked up the climb for the first time. Of the 7 times I rode it, I only managed to ride up it without stopping once, and I only managed to ride it all on 3 occasions. After a few kilometres of riding along a plateau, the road would then plunge down. It was so steep that I clearly remember once taking my hands off the brakes and feeling like I went into free fall as I accelerated down that hill. There are still a few more lumps and bumps on that road until we get to near the top, and then there's a long downhill all the way to the next control. On one occasion I remember the controller looking me up and down and saying, "Here, should you be playing rugby, mate?" Obviously he thought I was a bit too large for cycling. After that control we turn north. We then turn right and start climbing again. This is another Welsh mountain road known as the Red Kite Road, for good reason. Along this road we climb up, and we descend down, and then we climb up again. We then rejoin the outbound route for a while and start a 30-kilometre downhill section. After Leominster there are a few more small climbs. The last climb of the day is the same as the first climb, at closed top, but obviously in the opposite direction. From there you can almost freewheel all the way to the finish, where you can indulge in the feast the organisers put on for the finishers. So why is this my favourite Audax? It's the fabulous Welsh mountain scenery and the great organisation. If there's one thing Wales is famous for, it's its weather, or more specifically rain. Also the Elenith was run in that month of showers, April, so you might expect that I had faced some challenging conditions. However, in the 7 times that I rode the Elenith, I only encountered bad weather on 1 occasion. That was an intense hailstorm on the Red Kite Road. This left the road surface covered in an icy slush. It was very tricky and slow going at the time, but after a few miles it disappeared. However, as you can see in many of these photographs, on other occasions I had absolutely beautiful weather with clear and sunny skies. If this video has inspired you, I hope you find an event that you love riding as much as I loved riding the Elenith. From me, for now, it's goodbye.